Hey guys, I'm Keith Warren. Welcome to another episode of Homeless in Titusville. I'm here behind the Lowe's in Titusville off of Highway 50 with Rick Messenger, and it is January 2016, and Rick's going to tell us a little bit about being homeless and how long he's lived here in Titusville and how long he's been behind the Lowe's. So Rick, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how old are you?
I'm 55 years old. I've been back here behind Lowe's for over a year. I'm waiting on a disability claim with a federal judge in Bender and Bender.
So you're waiting on a Social Security disability claim?
Right.
And how is your health? Are you able to be seen for your problems?
Yeah, I've got degenerative disease in my kneecaps. The knees are wearing out. And then I've got some other internal issues, but the knees are the main thing. You know.
And you're under a doctor's care now. You're able to see a physician.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been homeless?
Going on almost 2 years now. Been here in this tent. Well, I've had many tents, but. It's the only bad thing about here is that noise from the interstate. But other than that, nobody comes around. I mean, people from Lowe's, they all know me and they wave at me. And the police officers, every once in a while you'll get a new rookie and they'll want to check your ID and you got to get up and get your ID. But all the other police officers know. They know I've been back here and I don't mess with anybody. I don't cause any problems. I don't bring people over here, and it's just me and myself. And
how do you feed yourself? How do you support yourself?
Food stamps.
So you do get food stamps, and do you do any panhandling also?
No, it's illegal, really. In Brevard County, it's illegal to panhandle.
Well, that's kind of debatable.
Well,
I mean,
I've never been one to beg like that, and I can't do it, you know. I asked a guy one time for a couple dollars to get down to Melbourne on the bus, and I said, man, this just I can't do it, you know. And some of these other guys out here, they live for it all day, and they make some money, but I just can't do it, you know. I don't
do you
like
well, you say you can't do that, but do you have everything you need? Do you have enough to eat? Do you have clothes? Are you keeping warm? It is cold right now.
I just had a trucker come by the other day. He stopped and he goes, hey, do you need a mattress? I said, sure. And he had pulled a brand new one out of his cab sleeper because he couldn't sleep on top, and it was brand new. So I took it. It's comfortable. I got blankets. I got sleeping bags. Somebody just threw that comforter out to me, and I put that on there. I mean, you stay warm. Just keep your head underneath the covers.
So is this everything you own in the world? Is this it? Is this everything?
Yep, this is it.
So you don't own any vehicles, no property anywhere
Nothing.
in any other states?
I don't even have my license. I lost that in Louisiana.
So where are you from originally? Where were you born?
Ohio.
Where in Ohio are you from?
Ashtabula, up by Lake Erie.
And were you married? Do you have any kids? What's your family status?
I was married for 10 years. I've got a son and a daughter, and I've got 4 grandchildren.
And do your son and your daughter, do they know you're homeless?
No, they don't even keep in contact with me.
When's the last time you spoke to them?
Probably 2007.
And is there a reason there that you guys aren't closer, that you guys don't talk?
They just don't want nothing to do with me, and it's one of them things.
Is there any particular reason why, or are they just...
No, just they're busy with their life, and I think they're still upset over my mom or their mom's divorce, but well.
So, how about your parents? Are your parents still living?
My mother passed away a while back. She was on dialysis and she couldn't do it no more, so she signed hospice, and they gave her 2 weeks, and she made it 3 weeks, and then she carried on.
And then was that here in Titusville that she lived?
No, that was in Ohio. I left here from Titusville. I was working in Sanford for Craftworks. Did the interior of Fifth Third Banks, Regions. Actually did the interior of all these Publix. And I went back to Ohio to be with her. And then when she passed away, I came back down here, and things didn't go the way I had planned. So here I am in my condo.
So when was the last time you worked? And what kind of work did you were doing? You were doing construction type work?
For Craftworks, interior installer. And then I worked in the shop. I did laminate and cabinet work.
And how long ago was that?
That's been about 4 or 5 years ago.
And how did you actually become homeless? How did you lose your home?
I just, when I went to go be with my mom, everything that I had down here, I mean, where I was staying and everything, and when I came back, I didn't want to be with those people or that person. And my dad was not going to let me stay there,
So you just kind of sort of dropped out of life?
Kind of dropped out of everything, and then I had filed that disability claim, and I've been waiting on that forever. Of course, it takes a long time, and that's all I've been doing pretty much, as long as I got my food stamps, and it's just I'm waiting on a court date. That's pretty much it, and it's just peaceful back here by yourself,
So is there anything you need? Is there anything you're struggling with right now? Is there any food or any clothing or any creature comforts that somebody could help you out with that you really need?
Well, I'm down to 2 pair of jeans. I don't know where the other ones went.
And I've noticed that you're pretty clean as far as most of the guys I've seen on the street. And how are you keeping yourself maintained so well?
Well, I've got a lot of water and shampoo and stuff, and take call it a bird bath. I try to keep myself washed up, clean, and I know what you're talking about. Some of them other guys, it looks like they haven't taken a
right. They don't shave. They haven't washed in months.
Months, yeah. I can't do that. I got to be clean.
So is there any odd jobs or work that you are able to do, small little things that if somebody had something for you to do, would you be able to do it to make a couple of bucks?
Sure. I mean, I'm a good remodeler. I'm experienced, but like you can see, I don't have any tools, and it's.
So you can do the skill part of it. You can't do the heavy, laborious stuff of lifting heavy stuff, but the little crafting things to do.
Yeah, I know the tricks of the trade.
Okay, and so how do you think you're going to be able to get off the streets and get back into a house or an apartment? In your mind, like, how is this going to go?
Well, we'll see with this is a federal judge, and I'm sure he can...
For your disability claim?
Yeah. And whatever I can get off of them. I just got a letter from Social Security saying that I needed 32 credits to be eligible for disability, and I got 20. And I'm thinking that the federal judge override that with my knee problem,
And where do you get your mail? How do you communicate with the lawyers?
Well, the lawyers, Bender and Bender stuff goes to my father's house.
Here in Titusville?
Yeah, everything else goes to general delivery at the post office. I just go down there on my bike every once in a while and check. But I'll know to be expecting something, and when I'm to be expecting something, I just go down and check, and it's usually there. So.
And you said you do see your father on a regular basis?
Yeah, he comes by. He'll sneak up.
Oh, he comes by here to see you?
Yeah, he'll blow the horn. He lives in La Cita.
And do you ever stay the night there?
No.
And that's because he's married and has a life of his own?
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine it's got to be hard for your father having you, his son, on the street in a tent behind the Lowe's.
He's like, hey, I made this decision, but I'm doing fine, really. Actually, I'm in good shape for the shape I'm in, is what I always say. But no, he comes by and he'll bring some laundry detergent or buy a few things from Walmart for me or whatever I need there. But
I noticed the other thing about you too is you're not a big drinker. I've noticed a lot of the guys too. There's beer cans everywhere and stuff.
Oh no.
And you don't reek of beer. I don't see a bunch of beer around here.
No. You won't. I keep a clean can.
Very, very clean.
You won't see nothing. You won't see any paper. Maybe a raccoon I might accidentally leave a trash bag out, and a raccoon will get hold of it and make havoc, and it'll be back in there, and then I'll go back in there and clean it up, and then people drop garbage off here, and I go out there and clean that up. I mean, that's not my responsibility, but I live here, so I don't like nasty stuff.
And how tough has it been living out here? What's some of your biggest challenges?
Biggest challenge is riding on 50 on your bike. But the biggest issue I have, there's nothing I can do about it, is the noise from that interstate. A set of those foam earplugs does wonders at night. And I haven't had any problem with high school kids coming over here and racing.
So nobody's
cars.
bothered you?
No.
And you stay by yourself for the most part. You don't have any other homeless that you hang out with.
Always by myself.
By yourself. Hey Rick, I really appreciate you talking to me and letting all of us get to know you a little bit. And if somebody were to stop by and they had something for you, what's something somebody could do or bring you that would make your life just a little bit easier? You said you needed jeans, right?
Yeah. Jeans, pretty much it.
So just some clothing stuff.
And then monetary, if they can spare it, or that helps.
Or they have a little bit of food, some canned food or some crackers.
Whatever they want to, pass on. Right now, I've got 2 or 3 totes full of canned goods and stuff in there.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
You get tired of canned goods after a couple years,
Right.
But I've got a one girl Coleman stove, and then I usually don't buy ice in the winter. In the summer, I'd buy a bag a day, and it'd last. Keep my soda and stuff in it as long as it's cold, because when it gets up in the 90s, it gets hot.
Well, listen, I really appreciate you talking to me and giving me your time and letting us get to know you.
All right.
And I will check back on you periodically to see how you're doing and what you need. And to everybody out there, I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. And for those of you who act on things that you see, I really appreciate that. And thank you very much, guys.